Unfortunately, we got to talk about the CEO shooting.
And some people, cousins, deserve to be in jail.
This is Side Dish.
Sometimes you almost got to do like that end of the show, like jump in midair, like hold in the beginning.
There we go, double it up.
Okay, cool.
Got my old headshot on that one.
Apparently the button got stuck.
You know, sometimes we do that. We just like hit me 2 times. How's it going, man? How's your day?
You know, it's a wet, rainy day outside.
It is, yeah.
But it was made better by the power of tacos.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know much about me, I am a food enthusiast. I may sit on this couch being whatever size you think I am, but inside my heart lies a 500-pound human being who likes to come out sometimes. I posted a picture of me working out, doing hot yoga this morning. Yeah, but I just had 2 tacos on the way in.
Okay.
And I also been drinking detox stuff all day.
HK hit the group chat. He hit the Side Dish group chat because we got one and was like, hey, I'm going by Torchy's Tacos. Who wants one? And we were all like, me.
Yo, man, like, I love those tacos so much. Every time I bite, I do like the happy dance.
Yeah.
Happy food dance. Happy food dance. So, like, no matter how gloomy and rainy it is outside, good tacos, good food, good vibes, good energy. It makes everything all right. How's your day rocking?
Good, man, good. I just got up, went to the gym today. Otherwise, just handled emails, basic stuff like that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for checking us out live here on YouTube and Foxx Soul if you're watching us there. And shout out to our soulmates. Be sure to like and subscribe, share the stream, and yeah, here we are, Tuesday.
Yeah,
making our way.
Punching our way through the rest of the year.
That's
the scary part. That, like, yo, we are in the last month of 2024. I feel like 2024 just started.
Oh my gosh, 2020, what a roller coaster of a year it's been. What do we got? So just so you guys know, we've got today, we got Thursday for Side Dish, and then we're gonna do Monday and Tuesday of next week, and then that's gonna be it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but you know, man, watch those reruns like you ain't never seen them before. We might spike some extra things in there that you haven't seen yet. You know,
better be watching those reruns.
Yeah, keep
on
us on
Foxx Soul
TV.
In specific.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. So this is a funny video that popped up on my feed, and like all I'm gonna tee up is like, you remember when R&B videos used to be like this?
What, 2 guys sitting on a couch?
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, white dude and a black dude sitting on the couch, looking at the TV, being like,
Ebony and Ivory living together in perfect harmony.
I don't need a lot of wishes, 'cause I'll be okay if I get
Oh.
one. If I had one wish,
He fell right into play.
just be
Okay.
my man is going for it.
I was wondering what happened to Sai.
So that's like Gajin Biom or something on Instagram, and I think he's like the wet guy or whatever.
Okay.
And so like in half of his videos, he's like soaking wet, dancing in the rain.
Yo, that's a steez. I was telling my kids, and I may have even mentioned this to you, I always wanted to do a movie where like there was a bad dude, right? And his henchmen were always wet.
Yeah.
And it was never explained. Like they just be wet all the time. Like, you know, but they be standing. The main villain is perfectly
He's dry.
but the henchmen are always just dripping wet, and it's never explained.
That was one of the funniest things I saw somebody do in improv one time, because you know in improv you got to lay stuff on the other character, and somebody came in, they were like talking about blah 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 blah, and hit them with like all this like heavy shit that just happened, and the other person goes, "Why are you soaking wet?" And suddenly that just changed everything. They're like, "I know," I just like it changed the whole game. It was so funny.
Easily diffuses a tense situation if one person's wet or naked, or sometimes both.
Or both.
Justin Harris said, "Is he dancing in the rain?"
Yup.
Lock Haim, shout out to the Wet Bandits. Yeah,
Hey.
you know what it is, man. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine crew. Oh, man, and that's, man, like, I just love when people can capture the style and aesthetic of a particular period of time. And my man definitely got it.
Well, and it's also the little things. It's like the idea that he started out off camera, then he got shoved out, and his things were thrown at him, and he's like, and then to camera, and he's like, for 1 minute, you know, it just like starts to go.
He was not going to miss his cue at all.
Absolutely not.
One thing that, you know, sometimes the TV cameras don't miss is an epic moment. So I guess this newscast was doing a thing about the awesomeness of indoor rock climbing. And they caught this magic moment.
Oh, man. Oh!
But he got right up, though.
Yo, but that's a young person. Let's see that again. We got to run that
It's a
back.
blink and you miss it kind of thing.
That guy was way up there. Dang.
It's only funny because he's okay.
Yeah, it's only funny because he bounced right back up and tried to play it off on
Yeah.
camera, like, oh, I didn't fall,
Yeah, he didn't succumb to his fall later on, like in the afternoon.
That looked high enough to kill one of us.
Yeah, but you're supposed to have a whole harness situation on you when you go do the rock climbing.
In the high ones, they do.
Unless, yeah, that one wasn't that tall. Have you ever done like the super tall one?
No. I went to LA a couple times, and it's like when you go on the super tall ones, they harness you up, but otherwise you're on your own for something like literally as high as the ceiling here. They'll just let you hit the ground.
Yeah, like in my head, he fell from really high.
Yeah.
And just because he's a kid,
Yeah.
he healed fast, like old man Logan.
He's
Well,
got
young
that
man
Wolverine blood.
Yeah, but nah, like I remember the very first time I made it to the top of one of those things and rang that bell. Like
yeah.
you just feel so accomplished, and then you get cocky. So like I went to another one and it's like let me get the difficult.
I'm gonna do the hard one.
Yo, you get somewhere like around like 2/3 of the way, and then like them pegs get smaller.
Yo, they go from being shaped like this, something you can grab onto real easy, to being something that you gotta hang a pinky on and like grab this one that's upside down and then put your foot here.
Yeah, like nipple size.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And you're just trying your best to not look stupid. And like the look of defeat when you gotta get like harnessed down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you jump off because you give up, and they just kind of like rope you down and just like, oh man, I'm a loser. I'm gonna go kill myself at midnight.
All right, this next one. Oh wait, yeah. So this next one popped up. You're gonna have to read this,
Okay.
but it's a woman, and she made this post, and it's like, I feel her, and this is from Garima on Instagram. Says, maybe, just maybe, God will stop sending me stupid men if I send one back to him.
That sounds like murder.
And that's exactly what that is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that my understanding was what I understood.
Yeah. She's really in her feels on it, and it's like that. It's like that outside, boys and girls.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my manager on the way over here, and we was talking about like just the rise of dating shows. And apparently there's a show that blew past my brain that Michelle Obama co-produced called The Later Daters.
Oh wait, that's like older folks, right?
Yeah, like giving Golden Bachelor
Yeah.
kind of vibes. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't understand these shows. I hate these stupid shows. The content's stupid. And then she was just breaking it down like, well, like, you're not the target demo for the show. And I'm like, but I know people who are single. I know people who are married that watch these shows, that love these shows. Just for me, I stopped caring For the Love of Ray J. I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
Like when you look at The Bachelor's gonna get with somebody.
Those shows are garbage. The Bachelor and The Bachelorette's absolute garbage.
You're not gonna end up with those people.
Yeah.
And that person ends up being the Bachelorette. We're on to the pattern. We figured you
yeah.
out, ABC.
Yeah. Been that way for a minute with The Bachelor. The Bachelor franchise.
Yeah, like, I mean, I would love to do a reality show where, like, one person is not who you think they are.
Okay, so
And that can mean whatever you want it to.
so there was a couple shows. Okay, there was one came out years ago, but then there was a show, I think it's called Jury Duty or The Jury.
Okay.
That just came out last spring, I think. And it's it's set in a courtroom, and it's jury selection, and then the jury has to watch this trial go down, and everyone in the jury is an actor except for one person. And that one dude thinks that he's really on a real trial, and he doesn't think that anyone else are actors.
Is this show still on? I'll watch it now.
It's, well, it came out, so it's like, you can find it. It's
Okay,
online
okay.
for sure. And then there was one a long time ago called The Joe Schmo Show.
Don't talk to me about no Joe Schmo show.
You remember Joe Schmo
I
show?
was so emotionally invested in that show because there were some people who went on to be like famous.
Kristen Wiig was on The Joe Schmo Show.
That's who I kept trying to think Evangeline Lilly, but Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig
And
was on it.
You were rooting for Joe Schmo because he was such truly a nice dude.
Yeah, he was a nice
didn't
guy.
know that he wasn't in on the joke.
He was getting played. I think they made a second season of that maybe a couple years ago.
No,
Because I know a guy who was on it.
They made a second season like the next year.
So I know that they tried to bring it back. Like a guy I know was an actor on one of these shows, and this was like 2 years ago, but I don't know if it ever came out or not. Like they shot a whole thing, and he was like this crazy character because he comes from an improv background. So anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta get creative with these shows. Somebody said, Headkrack, that idea was just regular dating.
That's funny.
No, so when I say like someone on the show isn't who you think they are, like, I don't know. maybe it's a guy, maybe it's not.
Oh, now I can't.
Nah, because you're supposed to accept everything.
That's not. That's.
Everything.
No, hold on a second.
That's the new rule.
No, it's not.
You're not supposed to get mad.
Nobody. Okay, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this in a minute. This might be a whole other. You know what's coming on television tonight, you guys, is Jamie Foxx's comedy special. It comes out tonight.
It's already up and
Or
streaming.
it's up. I guess it's up. You can watch it now. And in the special, he reveals what happened to him, what happened with his whole health scare. We've got the trailer right here. We'll run the trailer for you real quick.
Condition of actor Jamie Foxx.
Family members rushed to the hospital.
You should be praying for the brother. Come on, man. Like, somebody in the phone department getting lazy.
Jamie Foxx has now spent more than 2 weeks in an Atlanta hospital.
Jamie Foxx literally died. And I'm so glad to see y'all here. I'm so glad to be here. What had happened was
Let's go, Fox.
Right? So there it is. He breaks down the whole thing. He breaks down everything that happened. And there's a couple quick quotes we want to get to. Let's see here. And the special, he says, and he's breaking it down for us here in the dates. And he says, April 11th, I was having a bad headache. And I asked my boy for an aspirin. I realized quickly that when you're in a medical emergency, your boys don't know what the F to do. Before I could get the aspirin, boom, I went out. And then he doesn't remember for 20 days what happened after that.
That's
His
wild.
sister, thank goodness, recognized what was going on, Deidre Dixon, and she got him to Piedmont Hospital here in Atlanta, just a couple miles north of us. And he went on to say, y'all saved my life just 400 yards away from here in Piedmont Hospital. They put me back together again. My sister didn't know anything about the hospital, but she had a hunch there were some angels in there. And then he recalled that a doctor told him, he said, he's having a brain bleed that has led to a stroke. And if I don't get into his head right now, we are going to lose him.
Whoa.
His sister knelt down outside the operating room and prayed the whole time. He was in surgery. When they asked him about being unconscious, Jamie said, your life doesn't flash before your eyes. It doesn't flash before your face. It was oddly peaceful. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. I was in that tunnel, though. He says it was hot in there. He was like, shit, am I going to the wrong place? But then because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil, I was like, come on. Doctors, here's what's scary is the doctors said they didn't know where it was coming from, but they knew he was having a stroke. He may be able to make a full recovery, but it's going to be the worst year of his life. That's what it was, Atlanta. You finally got the story. You saved my life. Last bit, he continued. He said, for 20 days, I don't remember anything, but I woke up on May 4th, and when I woke up, I found myself in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk, and I was like, what the F am I doing in a wheelchair? I'm just coming out of things, and so real serious deal there for him. And it also just goes to show you, doesn't matter how much success you have.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how much money you have. Your health can come and yank you down.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we was talking about with VA yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, listen, you could think everything is fine, and then little do you know there's things going on under the hood that you're not aware of, and there's no amount of money that can get you right. Look at Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had
All the
mad
money in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he could own slaves in 2024, he could. But all that money he had could not get him out of the health crisis that took him out.
That was like one of his quotes as he was like on his deathbed. He's like, I can buy anything in the world except more time. Woo!
That hits so different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
So, like, please do your best
care of
to
yourself.
eat as well as you can, get adequate rest. Because, you know, when people be like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, you'll be dead sooner if you don't get enough sleep.
Exactly. The other thing is like when something is happening, don't ignore it. Like, especially, man, we've talked about that a lot this month and even last month, you know, with Movember and whatnot, like not ignoring things and knowing when you should go to the hospital. But thank goodness Jamie's sister was there and got him to the hospital.
Absolutely, man.
You know?
And it gives him a hell of a story to talk about because hopefully his story inspires others. And I know he talked about, he talked about the Diddy stuff, obviously. And some of the people in the chat already saw it, so I don't want to telegraph any punches. But definitely give it your time and energy. It's not your typical stand-up special from what I was told. It's seems like a mix of a one-man show, a testimonial.
Oh, sure.
And just leaning into the storytelling abilities of one of the best
One of
out
the
there
goats.
right now, man. So shout out to him.
Very Jamie Foxx. I'm glad. We're so glad you're healthy, Jamie.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, another thing to be happy about, if you watch as much TV as we do, the Golden Globe noms is out. And there's being merch to support a CEO killer.
The CEO killer, they're selling merch to support him online. We're going to get into that here in just a minute. We're going to take that quick break. When we come back, we got those things. We got all kinds of stuff. We got birthdays. We got Tubi Tuesday. We got What's Wrong with Y'all.
Real quick, shout out to Miss Bennett. She said the best show on TV, the best dating show on TV was Cheaters.
Oh, Cheaters. That's a classic.
Who wants to tell her? Who wants to tell her?
Oh.
I'm not going to tell her. Enjoy Cheaters. Cheaters is a great show. See you in 2 minutes.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Side Dish. Okay, so, sometimes there are things that we don't necessarily want to talk about, but they just get in the news and they stay in the news for several days. Yeah. And honestly, behind the scenes on a show like this, sometimes we'll try to figure out, is this something we should talk about or not?
Yeah.
And some days we'll be like, no, that's not for us.
Are we supposed to bring the light today? Or are we supposed to address the elephants that are in the room?
Yeah.
And eat the snout?
So, everybody, you know it, you've seen it. There was the United Healthcare CEO, his name's Brian Thompson. He was shot in cold blood on Wednesday morning of last week or something like that. It's 6:40 in the morning. And regardless of how you feel about the healthcare industry, which we know is not efficient and we don't like it.
It's trash.
Well, I think we could all also agree that murder's never good.
It isn't. There's other ways around it.
There's all kinds of ways.
You can just punch somebody in the face and keep it pushing.
Yeah, right. And you're not going to jail for that.
And you don't necessarily need to do that either. But I think you could emote the same disdain.
Yeah.
But just a strong snuffing and then say toodaloo, sir, as you walk off.
Yeah. The old Nancy Kerrigan of it all. You know what I'm saying? There was no need for murder there.
I think somebody did that. So what's my man from Ghostbusters who didn't do the other two?
Who didn't do the other two?
The short guy.
Rick Moranis?
Rick Moranis.
Oh.
Somebody punched Rick Moranis in I don't know what he did to deserve that.
So Rick Moranis did get socked randomly in New York City. Anyhow, the thing that I want to get to is evidently something that's happening now, which is wild to me, and there's a little nuance here that I want to try to get into, is people are putting merch online in support of the shooter. So NBC did this search and they reviewed over 100 items. I'm talking about t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, fake bullets, and Christmas ornaments, all in support of this man who allegedly, they've got him now, murdered this other guy. There he is, Luigi Mangiano. And the prices for these things ranged from $2.99 to over $70 for a blanket. Now there he is. That's Luigi Mangione. He's been arrested and charged with second-degree murder. Not trying to like give him a whole lot of attention or shine here. But my whole thing is like, what's wild about this to me is that all of these places online, like Redbubble, you know, the sort of like instant print services and everywhere else where people are making all these things, they're trying to make a buck off of you, right? They're trying to take how you feel about this situation, how disgruntled you are, or you may be, about healthcare, and they're trying to make $1 off of it. And that's capitalism, and we understand that. But the reason that the healthcare industry is so messed up is because those healthcare companies aren't owned by a person. They're owned by thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of shareholders. And so the whole thing is like, you can be mad at Brian Thompson about the way that that healthcare company was ran, but his job is not to make people healthy. His job was to increase shareholder value. Right. His job was to make them dollars. And so if you're going online and you're out here buying this merch for this alleged killer, then you're doing the exact same thing. You're just supporting somebody else trying to make a buck.
And does the money that gets raised from the merch that is sold, does this definitely benefit the accused shooter?
No, well, not to my knowledge, none of it's going to him.
Okay.
This is like, if I'm Joe Blow and I'm like, deny, delay, depose, or whatever. That was what was on the bullet, I believe. And I'm like, I bet I can make a couple $100, and I throw some AI designs together. Oh yeah. I throw them up on Redbubble. That's just me trying to make a couple extra bucks off of a tragedy. And I think that's disgusting.
It is. I mean, like, that just goes to show how desensitized we as a society are.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we see murder, death, kills so often, so regular, that we're not even traumatized by it anymore. We're not triggered by it. And I was watching something about the the accused shooter yesterday, and like, he was like the valedictorian of, I can't remember if it was of his college or of his high school.
I think high school, but I could also be wrong with
Yeah, but a very brilliant guy who just seems like this would be totally above him. And I am so curious as to what drove him to do this. What was the tipping point?
It's so wild. Like, I've read all these different things, and someone was like, oh, he had a back injury at one point. It caused him all sorts of agony. And I'm also like, and here's my thing is like, and not to really GoFundMe is up now for him. It says Unique Jacobs there in the comments. That's wild. Wow. There are like, I always get a real sick feeling in my stomach when something bad happens and then the press immediately begins to paint a person one way or the other.
Right. And a lot of times we'll see this, like, just to flip the card on the other side of it, a lot of times we'll see this, like, if a young black man is shot. Oh. They're finding the worst picture in... Bad photo. Yeah. Always a trouble. Like, it's blah, blah, blah. They're like digging random things up, making things up. And now that we have this guy, and they're like, he's like valedictorian. Well, like high quality family, extremely nice. I'm like, I'm sorry, he shot this man in the back. Yeah. At 6:40 in the morning. And like, you can hate healthcare for all you want. But that doesn't make it right. Yo, you cut the snake, you cut the head off the snake, the head grows back in this scenario. Yeah. Just because you took this guy out doesn't mean that those practices that were being handled and done prior to your shooting are gonna cease and stop. And people just have to get a better understanding on how things work. I have so many conversations with people sometimes where, like, you know, it almost comes off like I'm a socialist. And to some degrees, I do believe with certain socialist aspects. I feel like we pay enough money in taxes to where, like, education and healthcare should never be a thing that costs us a dime. That's how it is in most of the world. Yeah, but we let these third-party companies come in and just dictate the way things should work, overprice these medications. There is no reason for your grandparents to be in debt because they're paying for medications to keep them alive. When the true answer is some of the things that make their health fail shouldn't be sold on shelves. True. And they should just go ahead, instead of giving you the doses that get you just a little bit better so you need more. Just release the cures for stuff. It's sort of this funny thing, and like, I don't know, like, clearly we don't do a lot of politics on here, and also, like,
truth be told, we're not going to solve the world's issues here in an hour a day on side dish, you know. But the thing that's so funny about like healthcare in other countries, and like some people are like, and you'll hear American politicians being like, you know, socialist healthcare, this, that, and the other. And it's like the difference between our healthcare and healthcare in a lot of countries over the world, all around the world, is like we're paying extra for ours because we're paying for all the same things that everyone else does with our taxes. Like we're paying for all of that with our taxes, but with our healthcare, we're doing that. And we're paying for the private jets and private yachts of the healthcare CEOs.
Yeah.
That's that
part. That's
part
the
for real.
difference. And I know I have a lot of friends that work in the healthcare industry, and they've told me on numerous occasions, unsolicited, that like whatever medicine we're pushing is typically based on who took us to lunch that day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
End game. You know, that's why anytime I go to the doctor and they give me something, I look up all the side effects from said thing and figure out the healthier alternative where applicable, and sometimes you just got to swallow the pill, no pun intended.
There's one other like slight thing I want to get in here before we move on to the other topic, because we want to spend all day on this. Is like sometimes in different parts of American culture, like there will be things that like we talk about as being like a positive thing. Like if you think about the Old West and somebody robbing money from the banks, like for whatever reason we're kind of into that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody robbing a bank or whatever. But there's usually no murder involved in those scenarios, and we know the banks are greedy. So the idea of like taking money from an institution, like that doesn't hit us the same as like taking somebody's life who's just unfortunately doing their job, which is kind of gross.
Yeah, like
and so like there's a line there.
And that guy had kids, you know, and you don't know what butterfly effect that's going to trigger for his kids, you know, as they get older, growing up without a father figure in the house.
This is neither here nor there. This will be my last thing on it. I worked at a summer camp in Texas in the summers in college, and it was the largest. I think it at that point in time might have been the largest all boys summer camp. Definitely in Texas, maybe in America. So there'd be a couple hundred young men there, and I was a camp counselor, and I'll never ever forget. I'm not going to say this person's name, but we had a young camper. He was wonderful. He was a wonderful, wonderful young man. He was like 11 years old, and his father was the CEO of Enron.
Oh.
And when it came out that they were cooking the books and all these people lost all this money, his father shot himself. And so it's like there are levels and layers of tragedy that unfold after somebody makes that decision that affects everybody else.
Yeah.
And so this Mangione person, you know, has made this decision, and now it's going to fall out all over his family, the rest of his life, and then he's also damaged the lives of those children.
Yeah.
Irreparably for the rest of their lives.
There's never a singular victim.
You know?
Yeah, man.
And he didn't change anything because they're going to have a new CEO in a week.
Yep. And it was probably going to keep that same tradition going, man. All right, man. Well, switching gears.
Sorry for the rant. Sorry for the rant,
Wait,
guys.
we need those. We need those.
Sometimes we got to get it out.
We can't be all
like,
It's real out here in the field, man. Well, the Golden Globe nominations came out yesterday, and it's boring to read every name. So we're going to talk about shows.
All right.
So cinematic and box office achievements. One of the ones that got nominated, man, Lee is going to be happy about this. Alien Romulus is nominated, along with Beetlejuice, Deadpool and Wolverine, Gladiator 2, Inside Out 2, Twisters, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. I have seen about 80% of those films. Which one you think is going to walk away with it?
What was
cinematic achievement?
Cinematic achievement.
And box office achievement.
And
so
box
that means
office
it made
achievement?
money and it was a good movie.
Okay, I'm going to hit you with this right now. I already know what it's going to be, and I haven't seen this movie. It's going to be Wicked.
Really?
It's gonna be Wicked because Wicked crushed the box office. Stars Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo. They're nominated for other awards. Like it's an industry darling. It was a Broadway show. It's got like checks all the boxes for prestige Golden Globes thing. Plus, here's the thing about the Globes is like that's the Hollywood Foreign Press, and so there's a lot of marketing that goes on in there.
Oh yeah, and I think no matter what country you're in, you can kind of identify with the story of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, well, what is this Deadpool? And why does the man claws so big? You know, so that's that on that. Best musical or comedy series. You got Abbott Elementary, who I believe have taken that award before.
Nice.
The Bear, which also has taken many awards before. The Gentleman on Netflix, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, and Only Murders in the Buildings. So you have a lot of returning Globe winners coming back in that category. Who you like in that one?
It's interesting. Like I haven't been watching as much television recently, so I haven't seen Hacks. I haven't seen Nobody Wants This. I haven't seen Only Murders in the Building. I'm a little out of this one. Haven't seen The Gentleman. What was the first one?
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary. The clips of that I've seen I liked, and same for The Bear, but unfortunately I'm not a good source on this.
Let me tell you something, Tanner. If you give yourself an hour and watch 2 episodes, well, actually you can get 3 in because commercials trimmed out. I feel like you'll plow through the whole. It's just so fun.
Which one?
Abbott Elementary.
Oh, Abbott
It's
Elementary.
so damn funny, and you know these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you may not know the people personally, but you know people who like
know
these
that,
people.
yeah.
And that's why I like that show so much. For me, it's between Abbott Elementary and The Bear. And I'm not even all the way caught up on The Bear, but every episode I watch, I like that show.
Oh, nice.
Last but not least, the category for Best Limited or TV Series, Baby Reindeer, which I found out has nothing to do with Rudolph.
Nothing to do with Rudolph.
Disclaimer, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story.
Oh, yeah.
The Penguin, Ripley, and True Detective Night Country. I had no idea there was another True Detective.
Yeah, I started Night Country. I couldn't finish it.
Gotcha. Who's in it this season?
I don't even remember. Is that Jodie Foster, I think?
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be
it's
worth
Jodie
watching
Foster.
it.
It's interesting. It didn't hook me right off the bat the way the True Detective season 1 did. True Detective season 2, like, all right.
Yeah. Those bars got raised pretty high.
Yo.
For the first couple
They
seasons.
came out swinging.
For real, for real. The only show that I could say that I've seen unflinchingly was The Penguin. And on the strength of makeup alone, Colin Farrell.
Oh.
You that dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good show. So, hey, good luck to everybody. Good luck to
Truly.
everybody, man. In the chat, they're definitely giving love to Abbott Elementary. They said Inside Out 2 was good. I skipped that one somehow. Wicked, a lot of people giving love to Wicked. So yeah, I mean, okay, Loretta Toombs, you seen the Penguin, you know the vibes. It's there's some stiff competition out there. People, I think because the entertainment landscape is so aggressive. There are great shows that get canceled every day, B. There was a show I loved on NBC called American Auto, and I just realized last week that they didn't bring it back for a 3rd season. Now I'm sad because it came out the same time as Abbott Elementary did, and it's just such a good show, and it's too much competition in these streets.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm trying to get my chat pulled back up. Sorry,
Cool.
guys.
Well, while you work on that, we probably got to take a 2 and 2 real quick. But when we come back, we busting down some birthdays, and it's Tubi Tuesday. Oh, bro, I bought some heat. Can't wait to show it to you. See you in 2 minutes. Yeah. Welcome back to Side Dish, and it is officially Sagittarius season. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, you got some really dope company riding shotgun with you, like Raven Simone, who's now 39.
Oh, 39. Tayana Taylor is 34.
Evelyn Lozada Give her a headbutt one time. 49 years old.
And beat Bobby Flay. My man is 60 years old.
Yo, Bobby Flay, man, he's everywhere. He got a burger spot in the airport, if I'm not mistaken.
He does. He certainly does.
He's cooking, literally.
I got to give it to Raven, man. She's like any sort of child actor who keeps it together as an adult.
Yeah.
I have insane respect for those people.
It's not the easiest thing to do, man. I'm gonna have to probably echo those same sentiments and run it up one time for Raven as well, because, you know, we watched her grow up as a kid.
Yeah.
And carve out just as big of a career independent of the Cosby Show.
Truly.
If not bigger.
Bigger.
Arguably.
Bigger.
You know what I mean? And she like hosts Password, not Password, that's Kiki does Password. She hosts some game show right now. And then I got a chance to meet her doing the backstage stuff on Pictionary.
Oh, cool.
Dope human being.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. So yeah, that cake's for you, Raven Simone.
Shout out to Raven Simone.
In the chat, they definitely rocking along with that as well. Raven by a landslide.
Oh, everybody's feeling Raven.
She should run for public office. All right, well, moving on to
what do we got here? This Tubi Tuesday?
Yeah, man.
A couple's newest addition to their home may be defective. What?
Yeah. So that's the plot line for this movie called Adopted, right? And Tubi has a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I pulled up a trailer today that was showing movies that are streaming on Tubi this month, like big name movies we know about, like The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, sure.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. But it'd be them independent films that really capture my heart. And this one right here, I feel like this could be a future hood classic.
His name is Dylan. He's 10 years old. I think this is the perfect fit.
Dylan, this is your new family.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you are so polite.
I'm a hugger.
Oh. Not being able to have my own kids was so hard for me. James and I can still have a family.
Welcome to the neighborhood, shorty.
We don't know much about his family history, and I've heard horror stories of people adopting kids. Dylan!
Maybe you should close the door next time. What's the worst that could happen? Ryan got me in trouble with the police when it was his idea. You were a liar.
Oh.
It's all my fault.
It had nothing to do with you. I think there's something really off with Dylan. Dylan is a good kid. Guys, meet our newest family member. This is Bella.
Ever since Bella came, everything has changed.
Oh,
I think he tried to drown his little sister in the pool.
Oh, God.
What is that, a toy gun you got there?
No, it's real. Come out, wherever you are.
Oh.
Are you guys gonna give me away?
No one is getting rid of you ever.
Oh, my gosh.
This is what I felt the movie Problem Child should have been like.
Problem Child is a classic. I don't know that this is classic level. Problem Child is also a comedy.
I found that funny, but you know, I've been through some things.
Sure.
What say y'all in the chat? Because I feel like this is something we've seen before. It gives me nuances of The Good Son. You remember that with Macaulay Culkin?
Oh, yes.
And a little bit of Problem Child. And the scene where my man's hiding from the kid, ready to hit him with a football helmet.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I don't think I could ever be that afraid of a child.
But what if the child's holding a gun?
It is that.
You know?
Man, like, I feel like if you get killed by a child holding a gun, like, God sends you back. Like, yo, bro, you didn't die right.
Yeah.
You get a redo. Unadopted.
Unadopted. Tish TV says, funny, but still a no, as always.
Miss Bennett said, we whoop round here.
Yeah. Locke Hames said, hell yeah, we're getting rid of you.
Yo, but I love it. I love it. And it's actually streaming starting on the 20th on Tubi. So be sure you lock in on that. And
That is one of those trailers where they give the whole movie away, though. I feel like we saw the whole movie there.
Like low key, they kind of did, but there has to be something. There has to be something in a nook and cranny
that's missing,
that wasn't shown. So I'm here for that. But as far as things that you could watch tonight goes, have you heard of Secret Level?
I don't know Secret Level.
Have you heard of Love and Robots?
Yes.
All right, same people that made Love and Robots are behind Secret Level. And what it basically is, it's an Amazon Prime original, and it's animated stories about the world set in certain video games, like Dungeons and Dragons, Mega Man, and others.
Hell yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a voice actor on this, Kevin Hart, and Keanu Reeves. Check it out. Toss it to the next one. Toss it to the next one. Sure.
It's time. This world has waited for your arrival. It is you. You will open the door. Because you are the chosen. All those moments. It's a new adventure.
Yeah.
Well, this looks cool.
And I think I saw God of War in there too.
Heck yeah.
There's some joints, and I love where we are with cinematography and technology, because if they'd have tried to do this like 20 years ago,
might not have looked so good.
Yeah, now we got the mods. I need them to do Metroid.
No.
And River City Ransom.
Hold on, give me a second here. River City Ransom for the Nintendo?
Hell yeah. These dudes was just going across town, whooping ass.
When I tell you I rented that video game probably 20 times. You know that somebody, now we're getting on our nerd shit. You know that somebody tried to make, I'll send you the link. I found out a couple years ago somebody was trying to like remake River City Ransom and make it high def.
They did, and it's in the Xbox Marketplace.
Really?
And I think they made it all girls.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what they called it, but yeah, like
My
River
God.
City Ransom.
Yo.
It was like one of the first games you could buy things in the game.
Yeah, you could buy things and eat things.
Yeah, so you read a certain book, now you can punch faster.
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally called River City Girls.
River City Girls. This is, man, HK, wow. That is, I haven't heard about River City Ransom. I can see it. It's been 20 years, if not 30 years.
I picture how it looks when they fall, and they blink 4 times, and then you're dead, and then you come back with half your money.
All right, this next one is coming out. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker tapes. Is the Night Stalker, I think, is the classic Los Angeles serial killer, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, let's check this out.
I'm not going to make you out to look bad, are you? It's not a matter of looking bad or looking good. I am concerned with the truth.
There's no thrill like a good kill.
That guy looked evil.
Yeah.
Summer of '85, there was a serial killer randomly killing people.
The man Californians are calling the Night Stalker.
They caught my Uncle Richard a mile away from our house.
You don't understand me. I got beyond good and evil. Satan is a stabilizing force in my life.
He has eyes that devour you.
He went from being the human being to the Night Stalker, the sex symbol.
Yeah, the Night Stalker. So there's several documentaries about this guy out there, but I guess, man, now that they got actual tapes of him, wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy, because we was talking about it earlier with the shooter of the United Healthcare guy, how people just fan out.
It's
over
weird.
Some of the darkest people for some of the darkest reasons. And I remember even as a kid, I used to watch the news a lot for some bizarre reason. And I just remember like how chicks were just so into that dude. And it's just like, yo, do you know what he did?
Oh,
and what he would probably do to you if no one was looking? You freak. I digress.
Yeah.
Is it time for break again?
Are we at break time or are we at go time?
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
why not?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for appreciating us being on our Nerd-ish. We're here for it. And yeah, they should make one for Contra. They definitely need to do one.
Dude, a Metroid live-action film, it's beyond time.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman or somebody as Metroid in the suit, blast him up.
Yeah, like it's time, man. Let's get it going, Hollywood. Let me and Tanner write it. We got it,
come
man.
on, we got this.
When we come back, you know how like we feel like we're getting robbed every time we fly on like Spirit Airlines or Frontier? Well, Frontier says we're robbing them.
Oh.
We'll explain after the break.
Oh.
welcome back to Side Dish. Shout out to everybody who listens to the break music while we're on our 2-minute break on the online side of things. You know, that would be a great time to do meditation because you don't have to do it for like 30 minutes. You could just close your eyes for 2 minutes and just think positive intentions, work on your breath work, 7 seconds in. 7 seconds out. I had to let it go so I can talk. But yeah, you're like, yeah, there's so many great things you can do in that time. Anyway, let's talk about Frontier. I don't know who I hate more, Frontier or Spirit.
Oh, yeah?
Probably Spirit. I hate Spirit more. So if you ask people if they've ever shoplifted, somebody said they stole candy when they were young, but Frontier feel like you're stealing from them all the time.
Really?
It's like if you ever stretch the carry-on rules on a flight, you're stealing from Frontier Airlines.
Really?
And this is coming from the Frontier Airlines CEO, Barry Biffle. And he was recently asked about the company's controversial practice of paying agents as much as $10 every time they catch travelers trying to slip by without paying the appropriate baggage fees.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what the vested interest was on that. Because I remember one time a Spirit perk, because like in Atlanta, no one pays attention because people like to kind of have to do their job, right? So like I used to fly to Spirit and I would never pay for that extra bag. And one day, coming back from Dallas, I think I was in DFW airport, I think. This chick thought she was gonna make captain or detective if she caught me. She's like, sir, you didn't pay for that extra bag. And like, I was having ankle issues that day and I even had a cane. And she's like, yo, it's gonna be $99 for that bag. And I literally said, but I have a cane.
But I have a cane, lady.
Yo, she still made me pay the $99.
Dang.
And if I saw her right now, I would knock her over accidentally on purpose. I really would. Like, it was just so unnecessary.
Yeah. It's messed up that they, like, I think I saw a thing where, like, there were even some congressmen, like, questioning some of these airline CEOs about, like, do you incentivize your employees to, like, say, oh, that bag's too big for the carry-on slot? Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
So you know how, like, when you're about to get on a plane or somewhere, usually right around, like, where boarding's at, there's that little metal frame?
Yeah. Spirit is notorious for that.
Okay, so that's the whole thing is, like, evidently those people are incentivized and they will get extra money for being like, nah, that bag doesn't fit. And then if you're like, oh, wait, the bag does fit, and you drop it in there and it fits just right, they can still have leeway to be like, I'm sorry, it's actually too big. It might have slipped that time. And they get money for that.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and I guess you got to kind of get your weight up anyway. Did I ever tell you the Ryan Airlines story?
No.
Bro, so one time, me and my group, we was on tour, we was in Europe, and it was like maybe like the 3rd or 4th day of the tour, maybe the 5th. We're in Ireland. We either going to Ireland from Germany or going to Germany from Ireland. I don't remember. There's this airline called Ryan Air. I feel like they're the spiritual ancestors of Spirit Airlines. The flight's dirt cheap. However, the cost of they weigh your carry-ons.
Oh.
They weigh them. And I'm greedy. So when I go to places I don't live, I buy all your candy. I buy all of it because I won't see this when I get back home. Have you ever seen the Kit Kat bars that look like Snickers bars?
Oh, they're big.
And they got the ill different flavors that you'll never see on this side of the country because they use real ingredients and we don't here. But so they was like, yeah, your bag is overweight. You're gonna have to pay extra. And it was like 3 times more than what my flight was. I had to throw away all my dirty clothes. I had to take my carry-on bag, go to the bathroom, layer up, put on like mad clothes that was in my bag. I came out of there looking like Professor Clump, you know. And then I had a hoodie on. I put the candy bars in the hood of the hoodie, and one of my friends had to throw away their pillow. It's not.
We don't like it, Ryan Air.
Yeah, our money isn't gonna make the plane fly better. You know
it is. Here, let me hit you with this. And this is not going to be nice, and people are going to come for me about this, but it's like, when you're flying, that's shipping. Like, you're shipping human beings.
Okay.
And if you were going to mail these 4 or 5 pieces of paper, and you're going to mail them to Europe, like, you're probably going to pay according to weight.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you're going to mail a whole cinder block, that's probably going to be a little more expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
Why are all people's tickets the same price?
Marinating that for a second. And this is dangerous territory.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say anything else about it.
But I feel you. The end.
That's it. That's all.
This is a great segue, actually. With that being said,
Yeah.
Tanner, with what you just said,
Yes.
how much will they charge the person doing this in this video? Listen, no matter what your size is, nothing is impossible. How much would this guy's ticket cost? Take a look. They're rewinding the tape.
Here it comes. Rewinding the tape in the back.
The tape is heavy.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I've seen this. Oh, I know what this is.
So this is the story about 17-year-old diving sensation Zeke Sanchez. He is showing off his moves while also sharing some really great body positives. This guy motivated me by me watching him do what he did. Check this out.
Got it. Let's go. Yo!
I thought this was...
Just like anything, people are really quick to judge, and it's not until they see the skill that they know what's up.
That board touched the water.
I first started diving, I was about 8 years old. My older sister was a competitive gymnast, and I always loved going to her gym and like flipping around, and you know, diving kind of translated that, but made it my like own sport. I taught myself some of the tricks I know today. It's best if you're very flexible and you have like a great stamina. Technically 2 seconds, but it's all about that repetition and being able to have the power and the strength to push through and balance your body weight and just keep your body tight. I am on my high school's varsity diving team, and I'm also on a club called East Valley Dive Club. In any competition that I'm diving, everybody always second guesses my ability. They see me, you know, I'm a big kid, and I walk out on the board and they're expecting to see me maybe not do the best. You know, sometimes I even win the competition. So it's always like a great feeling to show these people that even though I look a certain way,
look at that.
I can do the same or better than what you'd expect. There has been some times where a few people have came up to me after the competitions. They're like, I had no idea that like somebody like me is capable of doing these amazing things.
Why y'all gotta cut to me? Why they come right to me on that?
But was that not amazing?
That was very impressive.
I was inspired because I'm not a diver.
Yeah.
I go up there and I do the motion.
I do some
but
dives,
it's always a belly flop kind of thing, but with the weird arch.
You got to commit to the jump.
Yeah. So how much they charging him?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, listen, no matter what your size is, you can do anything. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. I believe there should be short models.
Yeah.
With that being said, we got to go back to break. But when we come back, we're going to have everybody's favorite joint.
Whose cousin is it? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Side Dish. HK and I just sitting here cutting it up in the breaks. Hope you guys are having nearly as much fun as we are. Okay, here we go. It's everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? Okay, here we go. A 22-year-old woman in Florida is big on TikTok. She's got over 350,000 followers. She posts day in the life type stuff, and some of her videos got millions of views, all right? But now she's in the news after allegedly stealing hundreds of dollars worth of stuff from a Target near Fort Myers last month, and it looks like the cops have a pretty good case because she posted the evidence. The theft happened October 30th, and police shared security cam footage of shots of her face to see if anyone recognized her. They said she filled her cart with $500 worth of stuff, but scanned fake barcodes at the self-checkout to make it all cheaper. See, you thought that was a finesse. Someone reached out to them on Instagram and gave them her name, so they checked her social media accounts and found all the proof they needed.
Stupid!
She posted a fun video that showed her in the same outfits, picking out all the items that were stolen and then loading them into her car. Come on, Cuzzo. They arrested her the other day. She's facing theft charges.
Ah, yes. The chat, it's already in here heavy. You got Unique Jacobs and Chewy's cousin, Justin Harris. Oh, Lord, Florida.
Yeah.
One happy wife said, that's our cousin, HK. What city in Florida? Bless you. That's all you, Tanner, says the rich girl brand.
It could be. Very well could be one of my cousins.
You know, it's rough out here. And we talked about this yesterday. We was talking about the person who shoplifted on the Shop with a Cop Day at Walmart.
Right, yeah.
You don't steal from Target. I'm wearing red and khaki right now. Once you join that gang, you're in that gang for life.
Yeah.
Like, you don't steal from Target, man, because the assets protection. If you hear someone say paging Mr. Allen, just know somebody somewhere is getting tackled. Not in the store, right outside the store as they get out. And she was lucky enough to get out of that store and do what she did.
I'm excited to see what she looks like if she's got all these followers. Maybe I want to go follow her on TikTok.
Well, you know what time it is.
Oh, let's literally do it. Let's do it. Move that van. Oh.
That's Miss Marlena Velez.
Oh, Marlena Velez, 22.
Yeah.
TikTok's not real life, boo. Sorry about ya.
Ah, man, it's rough out here in these holiday streets.
Tough.
Yo, but to do the crime and document it on your social media.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Also, if you got 350,000 followers, what's a couple $100 of Target clothes?
It depends if your page is monetized or not.
But also, what's the return policy? Pretty solid.
On stolen clothes?
At Target.
Oh, pretty solid. I used to work in the customer service department too, and like, long as it wasn't like tattered, abused, it looked like it was involved in a sex act.
Most stores like that. Most stores like that, you can buy whatever. You buy yourself a jacket, you take it home, you try it on, you're like, I don't think I like it, or maybe even you wear it once, I don't know, and then they'll still let you return it.
Yep. Expect more, pay less. Shout out to Target.
Come on, guys.
But anyway, man, it's been a hell of a Tuesday with you guys. We can't wait to run it back with y'all on 48 Hour Friday.
Yes.
AKA Thursday. And in the meantime, y'all be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe, guys. It's like a little rainy and wet here in Atlanta. I hope it's nice wherever you are. Yeah. Oh, we have like a whole minute to kill.
Well, we're going to kill this minute.
What else can we talk
Rich Girl Brand said that's her half cousin.
Oh.
You know what? Major rest in peace shout out to Nikki Giovanni. Civil rights activist, amazing poet, a fighter for the people. She passed away yesterday. She lived a long, fruitful life. A lot of times you'll see her with pictures with the afro. In her later years, she had like much lower hairstyle. But definitely one of those things, people who shook the table a lot, when we needed her to the most. So rest in peace to you, Miss Nikki Giovanni.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, like HK said, we'll be back on Thursday with 48 Hour Friday. And then we just got a couple more episodes. So tune in. Help us get through the rest of the year. We love talking to you.
Yeah, be strong with it, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell an enemy, not only to follow us here, but also check us out on the Dish Nation IG as well. And we'll see y'all later.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Sunny and
live from the Fox 2 studios, the noon starts now.
Everybody coming up on the noon on a Tuesday. Old school, yummy Italian classics with a little bit of a modern twist. We're heading into the kitchen with the chef from Levy's. You want to stick around for that?
Gonna kick it up a notch or a 10. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Also, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, we always want fun stuff. There are 2 festivals happening this week with a lot of fun activities and some great food. We have a preview of that.
Look at that horse. That's cool.
I know, right?
All right, are you feeling a little stressed out? You know, the holidays, all the shopping, traveling. Well, you may want to try a new method for everyday life. This one gaining a lot of popularity over on social media. We're going to break it down and tell you all about it.